Hey y'all, it's your girl Chef Kyra and welcome back to another episode of New York Eats. Welcome to my food channel where we talk about everything nice, sugar and spice, baby. So welcome back to another episode of the HelloFresh series, and for today's meal we are going to be making the Italian chicken and pepper Sandos. So let's just get a good like close up, look at that sandwich and potatoes, y'all. It look good. So we got some of the ingredients here on this side. I'm just gonna flip it over to this side, and so that you guys can see some of the steps that we're gonna have to follow as per usual, and as I have been saying with all of these episodes of the HelloFresh series. Your girl Chef Kyra is not gonna follow every direction on this page. I am going to use my chef and culinary instincts, but for the most part we're just gonna follow the directions. But I am gonna throw a couple of tips, tricks, and things that I would do to make things faster and just from a professional chef's standpoint. So with that being said, let's just get started. Alright y'all, so being that we have our chicken meal for today, as you can see I got my other Bob's Burgers t-shirt for this episode. As y'all get to know me, you'll learn that I'm a big Bob's Burgers fan. So maybe there's bigger Bob's Burgers fans than me, but I'm one of them. So let's just get started. So we have some of the HelloFresh package of the chicken strips, raised without antibiotics, which is a good thing. So, and then here is the rest of the ingredients for the Italian sandwich. So let's just open this up. Now y'all, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've had this in the fridge for a couple days because I've been trying to record this series, and it's just been a struggle between trying to work, record, and give y'all good quality content, and half the time I can't even talk. So we have our delicious rolls, and I was hoping that they wasn't too crusty from sitting in the fridge, but I feel like it was better for them to sit in the fridge instead of being out. And it's just, I don't know, it's just been muggy, it's been rainy, it's just been a lot of confusing weather lately. So there's that. We have our beautiful bell pepper, y'all. Check that bell pepper out. That's a good looking bell pepper. Let's see what else we have in our goodie bag. We have a nice pretty yellow onion, right? And then we have some potatoes. Who don't love potatoes, y'all? Just look at those beauties. Look at those beauties. What an appreciation we need to have for food. And let's see, what are the last couple of things we have? Okay, we got an extra potato. We got some mayo. We got some sour cream, and then we have some mozzarella, and we have our chicken stock, y'all. Cute little packet of chicken stock concentrate. We got some garlic powder, and we have some Italian seasoning. So with all that being said, let's just get started. As you already know, it's been a trend for the series that I have my oven on 400 degrees. So I've already gotten it preheated. It's nice and hot. So we'll be able to throw those potatoes in real nice and quick and easy and to the point. Like I said, pro tip, I always keep the HelloFresh bag because it's a cute little garbage can to have on top of the counter after cutting up vegetables. If you gotta throw, the pit of something away. And just all of this, the plastic and whatnot, whatever you end up not using. So I just always like to stick this all to the side and save it so that I can just toss garbage to the side as I'm cooking. With that being said, let's just put some of the stuff to the side because the first thing that we're starting off with is the potatoes. And we also gonna start off with our bell pepper and our onion, but first is first, our lovely potatoes. Alright y'all, so I got my little potatoes rinsed off, and for this recipe HelloFresh says that you should cut them up into wedges, so I'm just gonna cut my potato in half. And then being that they're so small, I'm not gonna try to do too many wedges, and I'm gonna cut it in half again, and then cut this in half as well. So I'm gonna get my little wedge potatoes, and like I said, just slice them up real nice and good, right? And then I'm just gonna toss them back into the bowl so that they can get seasoned nicely. So like I said, you're just cutting them into fours, and then each quarter you're gonna quarter again. Alrighty, so we got all of our potatoes cut up, y'all. And then we're gonna start with our bell pepper. And being that the bell pepper and the onion is gonna go together, I'm just gonna put those two things in the same bowl. See, and this is why I tell y'all, keep this handy dandy bag on the counter, because now all you gotta do is just boop, pop that in there, right? Tap the seeds out, and then give it a good rinse after. Okay, and now I'm just gonna slice the bell pepper. And then we're just gonna put those bad boys right up in there into our onion. So I'm just gonna cut the butt ends of the onion off. And then once I do that, I just like to cut the onion in half, because then it's easier for me to get the skin off of the onion. It's just nice and, you know, nice and easy for the most part. Some onions give you more complication than others, but you know, that happens. It should be expected, because the skin of the onion is just so paper thin. And now you got your 2 onions. So now you have your 2 onion halves, and now I'm just gonna slice, flip the onion over and keep slicing. Yo, y'all don't know, like, quick little story time while we cutting this up. Like, as I was coming up as a chef, y'all don't know how many times I was so nervous with a knife. I was so intimidated by other chefs that was in the game for so long, because I was like, damn, you know, am I qualified? And now little stuff like this, it just don't even bother me. Like, I just, you know, I just be slicing it up and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, Shorty still has her moments where she gets nervous, and, you know, like, because I'm human. So is that. So now that we have that all set up, I'm just going to get our potatoes on my little pizza tray. And I'm using a little pizza pan because my, what you call it? My, sheet pan is occupied right now. Some barbecue chicken, so there's that. So we got our potatoes, y'all, right? And I'm just gonna hit these bad boys with a little oil and salt and pepper. And you can use any oil that you want, really, if you want to shoot for olive oil, or just regular cooking oil, canola oil, vegetable oil. So I'm gonna just hit it with a little black pepper. And you know, it's so funny because, like, when I worked at this I've worked at 2 fine dining restaurants, but one of the latest ones that I had worked at, my chef would always beef with me. He'd always tell me, Kyra, whenever you season out from high. Don't come so close to the food. And he said that to me so that I understood the principle of evenly distributing my seasoning. So I just have gotten into the practice of that. And I mean, you know, to the most common folk, it may seem like, oh, that's nothing. It's not that big a deal. It really is, y'all. Because just those little things or those little techniques definitely make a big difference in your cooking, how everything turns out, right? So for me, I like to get up in there with my hands, and I like to really massage my little potatoes. Or if I'm like cooking meat or anything that has to do with like me using my hands, you know, I like to do it old-fashioned. And I'm so excited, y'all, because the fall is coming around, and I can't wait to do some fall edition episodes just showing you guys how to make a nice apple pie, pumpkin pie, pecan pie, strawberry rhubarb pie, all different kinds of pie, y'all. I want to wash my hands real quick. And this, yo, listen, let me tell you, between a knife and a cloth in the kitchen, we don't, listen, chefs, as us professional chefs, we don't believe in oven mitts. We don't. You're not a real chef if you don't use this to pull a pan out the oven, okay? Okay, let me tell you something. Check fact it. Ask a professional chef in your local neighborhood. I'm telling you, it's the truth. So with that being said, we got our potatoes seasoned up and oiled up. So I just put a little salt and pepper on them. And now I'm just going to stick these bad boys in the oven. And we're just going to move on to our next step. Just going to put my stove on like a nice medium low heat. I'm just going to put just a touch of oil in the pan. And if y'all are wondering what kind of pan I'm using or what pan set that you guys always see, I am using the Pioneer Woman pot set from Walmart. I bought it for like $90 something or $70 something. I want to say like 70 or 80, and I absolutely love it. Like, they're so pretty. I've been trying to take care of them, but like it's just like this really like pretty blue, and on the side it's kind of like you know, like goes from the darker blue to the lighter blue, and it just reminds me of like the ocean. And they're non-stick, and they're just so pretty. And the best part about it is that it has like a little butterfly emblem here. So I don't know, it's just like, it's girly, it's cute, it's affordable, and I absolutely love it. So now I'm just gonna add just a touch of salt. And like I said, guys, remember, season up high. And now we're just gonna add a little bit of black pepper. And so for this part, I'm just gonna use my handy dandy rubber heat spatula. Y'all, like, this is a must-have. Having tongs, a rubber heat spatula, a regular spatula, like, just, I mean, when I tell you kitchen tools really make things so much more easier. So, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit more oil. So I feel like my pan is a little dry, and I feel like I was a little cheap with the oil. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more oil. A little flip action going on here. I'm just gonna let that sit and kind of cook on its own. And now we're gonna work on the sauce for the spinach. Now I'm just adding some of the sour cream into the bowl, as you can see. Then we are going to add mayo while our veggies and stuff cook. Then I'm going to add some of the garlic powder. little bit of black pepper, and a touch of salt. Now that we have all of our ingredients in a bowl, I'm just going to mix this up. So being that this butter is already salted and it's also nice and soft because I've been leaving it out, we don't have to melt it. What I am going to do is add garlic powder, and we are just going to mix that together. And now you have pretty much a garlic butter. Now, cute little baguette, and I have this big knife to cut that bread in half. And now that we have that, I'm just gonna take our rubber heat spatula and add some butter, y'all. So now that we've got our pan pretty much nice and hot, I'm just going to rotate that oil around the pan just so that it's nice and evenly spread. And then I have my chicken strips from HelloFresh. And instead of me, you know, using my hands and getting everything cross-contaminated, I just decided to just use the rubber heat spatula to kind of mix everything around. And I've also added a little bit of oil to the chicken. And now we're just going to add this chicken into the pan, y'all. So I'm just going to spread these pieces out so everything evenly cooks. But I just have some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and the Italian seasoning, and we are just gonna let this bad boy cook down. In the meantime, I'm just gonna do a little cleaning up and also check on my potatoes. Alright, y'all, so now that we have our chicken nice and seared off, I'm just gonna add some of the chicken stock that we have with a little bit of water, and then I'm gonna also add our vegetables back in. Just to get everything put together and heated up again. And then we're going to just let some of that liquid cook off. Our potatoes are almost done. And then the second pan, I'm going to toast our roll while the liquid is cooking off of this. Alright, y'all, so this is the finished product. It look good, y'all. So let's just do a taste test. I added some cheese to my fries because, like, who don't love cheese fries? So delicious mozzarella cheese fries. And let's go for the sandwich, y'all. Look at the sauce. I make sure I put extra sauce because who don't love sauce? Child, when I tell you I love sauce. And the bread is so nice and soft. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Now, for this meal, I think I'm gonna have to give it a 7 because it's not one of those meals that kind of like makes me like, oh my gosh, like wow, you know. I feel like it's good, it's simple, it's easy to the point, it's tasty, but like I said, it's hard. It's hard sometimes, y'all, to like impress me because I've had so many like other things that are like really high end and that are just like crazy flavors. But out of a 1 to 10, I would definitely say this is a 7. So it's good, y'all. It's good. It's good. So that's it for the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and like I said, make sure you enter yourself in for the raffle so that you can be part of the chance of winning a free HelloFresh box card. All right, y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.